What's up, guys? It's Dead Guy Cardboard. I'm back with some contest responses. I don't normally do these, but I really liked Joezeppi1 and MikeO's contests. So I hope these guys don't mind that I include both of theirs in one video. But Joezeppi's, his was to show your oldest Hall of Fame card, your oldest Hall of Fame rookie, and your oldest autograph. So, I guess as many of you know, I collect T206, and those are my oldest Hall of Fame cards. And I have a bunch of Hall of Famers, but I'll only show you the Hall of Famers from the T206 from 1909, because T206 were printed from 1909 to 1911. So here are my earliest T206 Hall of Famers. First one is Rube Waddell. Just a gorgeous card. The lighting's kind of rough right now. I live in a converted warehouse in Brooklyn, so the ceilings are really high and the lighting's not too great at night. But this is a very sharp, gorgeous looking blue in person. VG3, and you can tell it's from 1909 because it's printed during the 150 subjects time period. That's a dead giveaway. It's from 1909. As well as it just says 1909. That's what's nice about SGC is they list the date. And then another Hall of Fame pitcher, Mordecai Three-Fingered Brown. Just love this card. Gorgeous color and really sharp corners. Also from 150 subjects. Another 1909 Hall of Fame pitcher, Big Ed Walsh. 150 subjects back, Piedmont. And then we have some Hall of Fame managers and players. The T206 Clark Griffith, again from 1909. And then the 1909 T206 Fred Clark. He was a great player. He's also a manager. And this is the 150 subjects. And then finally, the 1909 T206 Napoleon Lajoie. One of my favorite cards. Okay, so the other... so I actually don't have any rookie cards from T206. That was his other request, is your oldest Hall of Fame rookie. There's technically only one Hall of Fame rookie, and that's the T206 Zach Wheat from that set. Tris Speaker, he has a card that was earlier than T206, and Rube Marquard technically has a card that was earlier than T206 set. But the T206 Zach Wheat is a legit rookie, so I think Max showed his, and that's a cool card. Anyway, so my oldest Hall of Fame rookie right now is the 1957 Topps Frank Robinson. Love this card. Just nicely centered and no really print marks. You can tell the gloss is really nice still. And just an underrated player in the hobby. And then finally he asked, what is your oldest autographs? I don't really collect autographs, so I don't have anything super old, but these two are from the same time period. It's I have a Barry Bonds autograph that my dad got me, and that kind of it's during his, when he was, I guess, at 600 home runs. So it has the little sign, 600 sign. And I also, around the same time period, I picked up this Frank Thomas. So, 2 power hitters from the 90s. So yeah, those are I don't think I've ever shown these before, my autographs. So thanks, Joezeppi1, for that contest. I think it's a great idea. And then MikeO has a contest where he wants us to show a card from the World Series or the playoffs. So I'm going to go super old school. I'm going with the Fred Merkle. I have two Fred Merkles. One's from 1909 and one is from 1911 from the Tito 5 series. And the reason why I picked Fred Merkle is I think I've loosely explained the Fred Merkle story, but this is just an interesting baseball story. In September of 1908, the Giants are facing the Cubs, and Merkle was on the Giants, as you can tell from the card, and I think it was tied 1-1, and basically Fred Merkle committed a base running error that became known as the Merkle boner, or what we know today as the bonehead move. And it was the bottom of the ninth. Like I said, it was tied 1-1. Merkle was on first base, and there's another player on third, and then one of the players from the Giants hit a single, and so the player on third ran home, and essentially the game was over. They scored a run. It would have been 2-1, and everyone thought the game was over. The crowd kind of rushed the field, and then Merkle immediately just kind of ran into the stands and kind of cheered with his teammates. But he was on first base, but he never touched second. And Johnny Evers, I think he's a second baseman for the Cubs, noticed that Merkle never touched second, and there's this kind of weird rule that you have to touch a base, even though one of your teammates, ran home. And so he told the ref that, and the ref basically called it like a forced out, and the run was didn't count. So all of a sudden, the Giants did not beat the Cubs. It was still tied 1-1. And the game, they couldn't continue the game because it was too dark. This is before lights. And so they rescheduled the game. And the rescheduled game, the Cubs actually ended up beating the Giants. And that was a crucial game because the Giants and the Cubs were basically tied for the best record in the league. And in this rematched game, the Cubs won, and they went on to win the NL pennant. And then this is 1908, so then the Cubs eventually won the World Series. And in a way, it was a curse because the Cubs, took them forever to win another World Series, as we know. But this guy kind of got a lot of flack throughout his career for this one play, and he was actually a rookie. He was only 19. He was the youngest player at the time. He had a great career, but he just got a lot of flack for really a play that anyone would have messed up. I mean, it was such an obscure rule in the playbook that most people don't even know about it. Back then and even now, I'm not even sure it's still a rule. But yeah, he got screwed over, and I just liked collecting his cards because he was a good player and just kind of a symbol of a player that got notoriety for the wrong reasons. And so that's it. I hope you guys liked my contest cards, autos, and check out those guys' channels. They got some great content, and like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.